Meet Dylan, one of our current students doing our professional field guide course. He is 21 years of age and has a passion for wildlife and conservation.
I didn't have a quite a normal childhood. At a certain age, the age where I was like everyone's supposed to speak, I didn't really spoke, and that kind of made my mother worried about that.
At an early age, it became clear that Dylan's development was not quite typical to that of others his age. And after numerous visits to various doctors and even a trip all the way to Australia and back, Dylan's parents finally got a diagnosis.
One particular doctor, but we had to wait 6 months to get a booking in order to go to him. And he checked through all the things, and then he told my parents saying, your son is diagnosed with autism. He said I would never be able to change myself or drive or do anything for that matter.
Despite this news from the doctor, his parents were determined that he would do well in life and have an education. They met one teacher who saw his potential.
I told my mother that she says, I want this child. I see potential, I want this child. And she was very determined to get me to the school.
Dylan was accepted into the school and placed in a bridging class,
which was a little classroom that's full with kids that also have the same learning disabilities. Either if you can't read, or if you're struggling to focus, or a couple of learning disabilities.
Dylan firmly believes that his biggest challenge has been his learning disability.
I have a thing what is called dyslexic. I know, like around me, there's always people that have good marks, and I know, like I try my best and hardest and put all the effort in. My marks don't come out the same as everyone else. So with that, it kind of does make you feel kind of different. But one thing I've learned through my life is simply not to compare your marks to someone else's marks, because it's not really fair for yourself to do that. And you know, as long as you know you put in the hard work and effort to it, then yeah.
Dylan has accomplished many things in his life, far surpassing the barriers his doctors once described. One of the reasons he believes he was able to do this was because of his passion for wildlife and conservation.
My passion for wildlife literally pushed me to just go through these hurdles each time. I started watching Animal Planet, started watching Steve Irwin shows, and then there I started growing passion for animals, and also got into love for the elephants. Every year in January, when I was young, I always go into the bush at this one lodge called Mambula, and it was just a special family lodge. Kind of more started loving it from there, and also seeing the elephants and seeing how majestic they are, and also it really kind of helped me push through.
So, how do you feel when you're in the bush compared to how you feel when you're at home or in a city?
I feel more myself than I am at home and around towns and cities, mainly because, like with the home, I feel like the system there is like against me with education and all that, and I don't really feel like I belong very much in those places. But like if I'm in the bush and there, then I don't really feel much different, and there's like no one really there to judge me, and there's no one at least no system that can tell me what I can or can't do.
Dylan's ultimate goal with wildlife is to one day own a lodge that helps to teach people about the value of conservation.
I feel like I was born to also lead as well. There's just something about it just wants me to lead.
Why did you decide to do a field guiding course?
I need to understand more about people, and with field guiding will give me the understanding how people think of nature. Also see other people's viewpoints when they're not nature lovers. It's also to solve more problems if you learn from other people's viewpoints, from your own viewpoint and the non-nature lover viewpoints. And then from there, just with that, get to a solution.
We are proud to say that after 6 months of dedicated hard work, Dylan has officially achieved his goal of becoming a qualified field guide. We look forward to following your journey, Dylan. Best of luck.